ダメだねダメよダメなのよ
Now, after hearing those tracks, if you didn't radiate any of the same emotions that I did, like crying listening to Yakuza 0 soundtrack or wanting to fight people when listening to Doom Eternal soundtrack, slamming on your desk when listening to Bury the Light or Rules of Nature, and then, just kind of sitting there, just really taking into the songs, you are like a black hole. I mean, you just got to radiate like depressing sadness. Anything around you just gets sucked in and becomes gray like you. You are a husk. And why is that? Because all these tracks are fucking bangers and they're freaking great. If you are not listening to any of these, come on. Like half of my workout playlist is just video game music and it's awesome. Nothing gets me more motivated than this kind of music, and we're going to find out why. Let's go. There's an argument to be made that with video games, sound design is more important than even gameplay or graphics. Now I know that's a little extreme, a bit of a hot take, but before you click off, I know you're probably thinking, wow, this guy's a jackass, I'm just gonna go watch someone else. Hear me out for a little bit. Just hang out, because I've got to say some stuff. It's not a long video either. Now, my personal favorite game of all time, the #1 game, and also the best game, in my opinion, of the last generation, Killer Instinct. Yeah, that's right, Killer Instinct. This game, Killer Instinct, had the best sound design I've ever heard. Nothing comes close to Killer Instinct. It is truly at the top in terms of sound design. Now, playing a fighting game, it can be very grueling, very daunting, very intimidating for new players, especially considering if you've never played the game before, you can't even do combos. How the heck are you supposed to play? It can take even hundreds of hours just to be able to hold your own in an online match, let alone actually, start doing pretty good. So there's not much reason to actually keep playing the game unless there's something else motivating you. Now, Killer Instinct did have something that kept me coming back to the game for months on end, just sitting there practicing combos and inputs. I want you to watch this clip, and it will tell you everything you need to know about why I stuck with Killer Instinct and eventually fell in love with fighting games. Yeah, that right there kept me playing the game. The ultra combos and the music and just all the crazy sounds. You get a combo breaker, the whole screen flashes. Coolest thing ever. Dragon Ball FighterZ, I love the game, I have a lot of time in it. It's just not the same feeling I got from Killer Instinct. Now, something like the latest Mortal Kombat release just felt lacking in terms of soundtrack and sound design. I mean, it was laughable at best. There's one stage in the game that has one track to go along with it that's actually pretty good. But that one track that's pretty good for Mortal Kombat is laughable. It is pathetic compared to Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct's any sound or anything in Killer Instinct is just miles better than what Mortal Kombat 11 had to offer. And it's not like Mortal Kombat has nothing to take inspiration from. The Mortal Kombat theme is freaking awesome. Yet there's like no stage that has actually, take that back. There's the one stage is like the Evo, or like, don't want to say Evo, but like the tournament stage. That stage has the remix of the song. It's actually pretty damn cool. But other than that, I mean, it's laughable, dude. It's laughable. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I just couldn't stick with the game. You know, I put a couple hundred hours into it. It was damn fun, but I don't know. I was like, I don't really want to play this anymore. You know, I don't know. There's just something didn't keep me there, you know? And I think sound design definitely had a part to play in that. Not the entire reason, but it was a part to play. I want to look at another clip from one of my other personal favorite games, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I actually played a song from this game in the beginning of this video, Rules of Nature, and I want to take a look at the famous clip that I'm sure a lot of you have seen. We're going to watch it first without the music, and then we're going to watch it a second time with the music.
Stop that plane! Yes! Swing it wide open!
Okay, I mean, you know, he threw the Metal Gear. That was a boss, the final boss of Metal Gear Solid 1. That's pretty impressive. He cut him up. Cool stuff, cool stuff. Now let's watch it with the music.
Stop that plane! Yes! Swing it wide open! Хорошо, very good. But do not rest easy just yet, huh?
Yeah, I just can't imagine Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance without its incredible soundtrack. That would be disappointing, to say the least. You know, sound design is something that can really immerse you in the action, and just music in general is an incredibly powerful tool. You hear people all the time talk about how music can change their lives. It's something that gets them through the day. It's just extremely helpful to some people. And just because it's a video game doesn't mean the music in that video game can't do the same thing. It can't completely transform your experience while playing like regular music can, even though it is regular music. Music's music, whether it comes from movie, game, TV show, or, you know, just someone happens to make a track and release it. Music is music. And because it's such a powerful tool, it can, like I said, really immerse you in the experience and completely change the experience. And I think it's a tool and a weapon that a lot of developers don't seem to realize just how powerful sound design is. I think it's definitely pushed to the back, right? It's not seen as important as it should be. Now, being realistic, every aspect of a game is just as important as every other aspect. You know, you can't have one without the other. It's a balance. You can't have really good graphics but really bad gameplay, because then you end up with something like Death Stranding, and Death Stranding sucked, okay? I don't want to play Death Stranding. That was boring as hell. If I want to go walk, I'll walk outside and get my steps in and actually do something. And then you also don't want to have on the opposite end where, you know, Mick Gordon's composing your soundtrack, but your gameplay consists of washing gas station toilets and being a janitor. You know, that doesn't, I mean, it'd be pretty funny, but that wouldn't be too fun of a game. And, you know, graphics are important, but graphics are the least important, but they're cool to have. But if your story, gameplay, and sound design and everything else is tip-top crisp, you'll be fine. And your art style and graphics are two separate things, and all of, you know, this is all a topic for its own video, but I just want to touch on it a little bit here. Now, I'm going to end this with the final thought that sound design is incredibly important and shouldn't be overlooked in games. And I want you guys in the comments below, while you're here, while you're scrolling down in the comments, make sure you press like, then subscribe, and then write your comment. I want to know what you think. What are some of your favorite video game songs? Do you even listen to video game music outside of when you're playing the game? Are you like, no, that's for nerds, I only listen to the cool music? You know, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Let me know down below. And until next time, make sure you guys are chasing that iron dream. Yeah.